Alright, hey guys. Today I'm going to be ranking the Evil Dead movies. Now, in my opinion, this is the greatest horror franchise of all time. So let's do this. Number 4 is Army of Darkness. Now, I can appreciate that after going from horror to horror comedy, Sam Raimi continued on to straight up comedy. However, I think they took it a little too far. Now, the comedy is consistently good. I don't know, it's just, there are a couple times where it gets a little too goofy for me.
Ramming speed!
The action is pretty great.
You didn't achieve it first! Say hello to the 21st century.
The acting is solid. This movie was the first in the franchise to have a big studio involved, and so it had the biggest budget, and it shows in the production value. Unfortunately, there's almost no gore. After Evil Dead 1 and 2 were slammed by the MPAA, who were threatening to put an X rating on them, Sam Raimi decided, alright, screw it, this one we're going to make it PG-13. But at this point, the MPAA hated the franchise, so they slapped an R on it anyway. And also, Army of Darkness is a cool title and all, but why would they not keep Medieval Dead? Now, one reason I love this franchise so much is because all 4 movies are unique. And Army of Darkness, it doesn't have a whole lot of horror to it. It's more medieval action-adventure comedy with a little bit of horror sprinkled in there. And I know that if I ever want that kind of movie, there's one there.
See this? This is my boomstick!
My score is 4 out of 5. Number 3 is the original classic, The Evil Dead. This movie is the best kind of campy, even if the campiness does come at the cost of some scariness. But honestly, that was kind of unavoidable. It was the 80s after all. The acting is good, the makeup and gore effects are great, and the cinematography is amazing. Seriously, this movie is cheap, but Sam Raimi was clearly having a blast with his camera. The Deadites are creepy as hell, and just the whole atmosphere of the movie is awesome. I love it.
It's a 7.
I don't believe it!
Of spades. Queen of spades. 4 of hearts. 8 of spades. 2 of spades. Jack of diamonds. Jack of clubs.
My one and only problem with the movie is the tree scene. Anyone who's seen this movie knows what I'm talking about. I get it, it was trying to be disturbing, and it succeeded. I just think they took it a little too far, and even Sam Raimi has come to agree with that. My score is 4.25 out of 5. My number 2 is Evil Dead 2013. In keeping with all of the movies in this franchise being unique, this one takes the over-the-top gore from the original and plays it completely straight. Forget the campiness, forget the cheesiness, this movie is out here to make you shit your pants. Figuratively, if not literally. It is fairly similar to the original, but it's different enough to stand on its own. The movie also gets points for not trying to have a new Ash, because any attempts to recast that character was doomed to fail. This movie has more fleshed out characters than the original, by which I mean there are more characters who are fleshed out, and they are more fleshed out. Jane Levy is fantastic.
Listen, you gotta get out of those clothes. Nobody said this is gonna be easy.
Don't understand. There was something in the woods, David. And I think it's in here with us now.
And Mia is one of my favorite final girls in all of horror.
I will feast on your soul. Feast on this motherfucker.
She checks one of the boxes for early death, drug use, and she's even the first one to get possessed. And yet she comes out on top. Fuck yes. Also, she one-ups Ash's self-amputation by ripping her hand off the hard way.
Enough of this shit.
Fuck yes, that will never not be badass. This is the directorial debut for Fede Alvarez, and considering he went on to make Don't Breathe, which was even better, I got high hopes for his career. Even if Girl in the Spider's Web wasn't that good. Oh, and I almost forgot, the opening scene has one of the best jump scares of all time. My score is 4.5 out of 5. Okay, what the hell? I know you're in here, where the hell are you? Hello? That's weird. And finally, my number 1 is Evil Dead 2: Dead by Dawn. This movie is Sam Raimi's masterpiece. Dead by Dawn is a perfect blend of horror and comedy. The Deadites are scary, and Bruce Campbell's slapstick is just awesome. The dude was seriously committed. The makeup for the Deadites has improved, and so has Sam Raimi's cinematography. The acting and the action are also better. What else is there to say that hasn't been said already? There's a reason this is one of the best Cabin in the Woods horror movies of all time. The best, in my opinion. My score is 5 out of 5.